Hi, Sterling Baird here from the Acceleration Consortium. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the Bayesian optimization hackathon for chemistry and materials that we ran a few months ago. This was a really exciting event. We had a lot of participation from across the globe, and I'm really excited to tell you about what happened, what the outcomes were, the process of doing it, and what comes next. So first, I want to set the stage a little bit talking about Bayesian optimization. So Bayesian optimization, if you're not familiar with it, it's a technique for tuning parameters to reach some objective, and it's a method that often outperforms other search methods like traditional design of experiments. So that could be, standard grid search or searching randomly or some quasi-random methods. Maybe you've heard of Latin hypercube sampling or of Sobel sampling. And what we see here in this spot here, if we have a task that says, find the set of values for x1 through x6 that minimizes some target property, and we run experiment after experiment for a total of 50, we'll see that the traditional design of experiment methods are much less efficient at finding that optimum value than Bayesian optimization. And so we see this kind of optimization task very frequently in chemistry and material science. So this could be like maximizing the alloy yield strength for aluminum alloys, or this could be about finding better drugs for HIV. And to also give a little bit of context about why a hackathon and what we're doing at one of these, according to the hackathon queen, Michelle Duke, a hackathon is a short competition where people work together in teams to solve problems and challenges by coming up with solutions and ideas. Pretty simple, right? And so these hackathons are an opportunity for people to connect, gain skills, flesh out new ideas. Here is the ACBO hackathon at a glance. We had 44 teams participate with 120 active participants during the hackathon and somewhere around 60 different organizations that were represented across the globe. And so this was very much a global virtual event. And one of the cool things was we actually saw a lot of teams that had collaborations between Europe and North America, Asia, and so forth. Now, in preparation of the hackathon, participants were provided a set of resources on the main page of the hackathon website. This included GitHub Classroom assignments with automated feedback on topics like introductions to Bayesian optimization, a refresher on Python, getting familiar with Git and GitHub, and some of the submission formats for the projects. We also provided application and theory-focused videos and tutorials, and a list of tools that people could consider using during the hackathon. We used GatherTown as our platform, has this sort of retro Pokemon-style arcade feel, and we use this for multiple reasons. One is that it really leveled the playing field for participants. So many of the teams were all in person, all meeting, but then a lot of the teams were also spread throughout the globe with different time zones and, meeting purely virtually. And so having this platform made it pretty easy for people to interact with each other. You can see in the left here, during the speaker session, everyone's in the same room, and the way GatherTown works, the closer you are to somebody, as you get close enough, their video pops up. As you move farther away, their video goes away. And so this provides sort of a small approximation of an in-person meeting. You could also see some of the avatars in the upper right. You see me with a kind of this reddish hue to the beard, and then Taylor Sparks rocking his nice mustache. And after the speaker session, the groups went to breakout rooms, and so there were tables, and each group was assigned a table where they could work on ideas. And what ended up happening is the in-person teams typically would have one person logged into GatherTown and with their videos pulled up. And so if someone went to go ask questions or kind of peruse around the other projects, it made it pretty natural for all the teams to interact with each other, as well as for the facilitators to check in. with projects in a more natural way. During the speaker session, we had 3 keynotes, one from Merck KGaA in Germany, one from the Meta Adaptive Experimentation team, and one from University of Utah. And these were live streamed to YouTube and then uploaded separately. And in total, there are around 1,600 views across these videos in the last 2 months. Here we can see the poster showcase session. And so here you can walk up to different projects and the people presenting will have their videos pop up, and you can take a look at a poster that they've made or any other resources they've chosen to make available, like so, and really just have it be very similar to a poster session. You're walking around, you're seeing what projects people have worked on, and this was a very interactive event. So you can see here, you walk up, you see everybody's videos, you chat and talk with them. And one of the cool things about this, it depends on your perspective, but one piece of feedback I got was it was almost like being in a real poster session, which could be negative or positive depending on your own experience with poster sessions. But overall, it was a really fun event and way to end. And at the very end, to kind of conclude the hackathon, we had everybody throw some confetti to signify the closing. Taking a small look at some of the representation across different organizations, we had a range of universities. So we're seeing Stanford, Princeton, Caltech, MIT, Harvard, UCLA, and across the globe, lots of representation across the world here, as well as different national labs and other organizations, some collaborators and some that the Acceleration Consortium or Merck EMD have not had interactions with, and so this really helped to bridge some new connections. And then we had a variety of companies and industry representatives there as well. For the poster showcase, we used an automated pairwise comparison judging system. So the system is called Gavel. It's an open source tool. And we hosted this as a web application. And what would happen is that each of the judges would receive an email. And in the email, there was a link. You click on that link, and it's specific to each judge. And you're given this chance to do pairwise comparison. So you start off with your first project, go to project number 10, you take a look through it, interact with the people presenting there, and then you move on to the next project. And the prompt that comes to you is essentially, which one do you like better? Which one are you going to vote for? The one you're currently looking at or the one that you just looked at? And so this is a nice way to take out some of the frustration or difficulty with trying to do scale-based rankings. You're not dealing as much with bias coming in from people getting tired after the 30th project, and you're also able to get people contributing, even looking at just a few projects. And so this worked out pretty nicely. We had 35 judges contribute, and a total of 319 votes were cast. And here are the hackathon winners. So we had 10 prizes. The first, second, and third each got 300, 150, and 75 Canadian dollars per person. However, to keep it kind of not dissuade people from forming teams, but also not try to encourage teams of a dozen people, we set an upper limit on the total that could be rewarded to a team. And then for ranks 4 through 10, we just had sort of a fixed amount. So congrats to these teams and the people that participated. And there were a lot of contributions and really meaningful projects across the entire hackathon. So here's kind of a fun bit. There was a hidden Easter egg in the hackathon space. You can see this little portal hiding hiding by the fountain, and you'd have to take a secret path to get to this portal, which would then take you to a room. And so nearing the end of the hackathon, there was sort of this challenge of, can you find the Easter egg room, just before North American Easter. So here we have our winner for finding the Easter egg. So I've got a nice little screenshot with Gray here. So next steps for the hackathon. We're working on collating all of the submissions. This has been taking a lot of effort and a lot of collaboration with all the teams, but getting the code open sourced and licensed appropriately with a video and a social media post, and then using those and gathering that together in a scholarly article, which we're actively working on. Teams, if they want to, they can flesh this out into full-length manuscripts, into packages and other projects, and a couple kind of previews. The Acceleration Consortium will be hosting a hardware hackathon at Accelerate 2024 in August. That's August 6th through 9th in Vancouver. So shameless self-promotion there. And we are also planning to host a second follow-up Bayesian optimization hackathon in 2025. So hope you'll join us for those, and let us know if you have any questions or want to follow up. Thanks.